Welcome to Massive Beers Mystery Beers. We all love them. We all know them. But the best part about them, Joe laughed. We all know them. He's like, ha! Nobody knows them. Non-beer tubers doing mystery beers is probably like a secret, like weird, like I'm kind of getting a little bit stiffy kind of thing going on because it's going to be absolutely fantastic. This comes courtesy of Tanner, East Coast LQ Reviews. This is wrapped in sweet. What do you call this? Like a circular, like a stop and shop kind of paper and stuff like that. It is a 16-ounce can. It could be anything. It could be a hazy. It could be a Monster Energy drink.
There.
I think we could save some money. Yeah. We could save some money. So let's see what we have going on. First off, I poured it way too hard.
That's plenty, thank you, sir.
But it's very, very effervescent. So
very professional glassware.
So I already took a sip, so I kind of ruined it from there. But it's relatively clear, sans Dirty Glass Mafia, as you can see. It's clear in a way that a brewery that does
very clear.
Yeah, as you can see, very clear in a way that a brewery does like lager, pilsner, that kind of stuff is clear, and that it's not centrifuged or anything like that. It has a subtle clearness to it, amber in color. Get the nose. Neutral. Honestly, it almost smells like craft macro to me.
I'm getting a big hit of like tangerine.
Yeah.
I was gonna say apple, but it's not
maybe I guess some apple. Yeah.
But it to me it tastes like somebody that's trying to make craft macro level lager, and then there's a subtle off flavor to it, so you can like a little bit of apple, a little bit of fruitiness that is coming from like an aromatic, you know what I mean, that is produced by off flavor. And I already tasted it, so to me it comes off cleaner than what that nose leads to believe. But that's the way it kind of comes off to me. Very neutral, nothing too crazy. So I would let's put it this way: somebody's they're gonna call it their farmhouse Kolsch. Is kind of where I'm landing for it. Like very much Fox Farmy, like in a big bottle, but table beer. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from it.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, interesting.
What do you think?
I'm almost getting a little caramel at the end. Like I'm still getting those fruity flavors, but
I wonder if it's like a caramel apple beer of some sort.
Yeah.
You're both. In some place, I'm not.
You know what's weird for me is with the size head it has.
No, and I think you're probably right.
With the size head it has, I am not getting a huge amount of carbonation when I'm drinking it.
I think you're not getting a huge amount of carbonation because it's a kettle. It's a very light kettle sour.
Okay.
I think it's tart. It's a Goza without salt. Is the vibe I'm getting from it?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it has it's basically somebody's like foreign change farmhouse table beer. So think about like when I said the Fox Farm thing, just because that's kind of simple and normal to us. It's very much they're like, okay, we didn't put fruit in it, we didn't put anything in it. It's our kettle sour in a natural way, and almost like your Frenchy Grisetti kind of way, where it's a drinkable beer. It's a Kolsch level base beer, but it has a natural open fermentation tartness to it. That's how it comes off for me. It's probably Yingling Lager, to be perfectly honest with you.
I don't know. I think Amanda's right with some apple on this. But.
Oh well, thank you. I feel like it's been a while since I've reviewed a beer, so I feel a little.
No,
I'm honored that.
I get the fruit portion of the show. I honestly do. It's like
I could see.
It's almost like a low level green apple had a baby with a peach. kind of thing. But there is a fruity component to it. That's not. I'm not dismissing.
Like I'm wondering if it's like
No,
like an apple sour, a caramel apple sour, or something like that. Like going into fall.
Yeah.
My suggestion is that fruity portion of the show is coming from fermentation, not from an addition. Like not that they added apple. Like it's actually coming from the way the beer fermented, as opposed to actually being like that was actually added to it. That's my contention.
That's interesting.
I'm sticking with apple, but I don't know.
I
We're doing
would be
ABV.
surprised if they used apple or peaches or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think ABV?
Low.
Yeah.
4?
Sub 5.
Four seems
4.2.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say 4.2.
I'd say in the same range. That
I agree it's a kettle sour. I'm just thinking there might be. I think there's an addition of apple.
But I would say, like, to the riff on
Yeah.
your point, like a kettle sour that isn't like when you say kettle sour nowadays, like a lot of people think like fruited sours.
Yeah,
that are,
no,
like,
not like
super-
that,
like
yeah.
a traditional, like almost like a
Like
like
a
the
wine
way they make lambic, like you know what I mean. Traditionally, is that they'll do like a cool ship open fermentation. They'll open up the doors and let the orchard kind of inoculate the beer. It's like that kind of thing, to where it's like an Allagashi kind of like, okay, we had our cool ship, and then we're growing apples outside of where we're gonna inoculate the beer to where it feels appley, as opposed to actually act.
So
Yeah,
even if it actually has apples in it, it's definitely very much kettle sour beer with a touch of apple influence. It's not like someone blended apple into it. It doesn't taste like a blender or something like that.
it's not hitting you over the head with it.
Yeah.
Why not? ABV
4.2.
4.2 ABV.
4.
I'm gonna say 4.8 for the sake of conversation and being different. And do you think there's actually fruit added to it?
Yes.
I'm gonna say yes.
I'm gonna say no. And do you think there's anything outside of those two components? Like, is there any kind of addition of, like, salt or sulfites or fruit or barrel or fodder or anything like that?
No. I don't think so. No additions.
I'm still getting and I don't know if this is like, you know, you taste it's fall, you taste apple, you think, oh, maybe this is caramel. I don't know if it's psychological or if I'm actually tasting caramel, but I almost feel like I'm getting a little caramel. Now, what could that be from?
Yeah, I'm having that same issue. Like I'm
Yeah.
getting a little bit of that. No, but I don't. My gut says it's not from an addition. I think it's the beer
Yeah.
itself.
Okay. I think it's somebody's attempt at a German style goza, like a 4-8% German style goza. So there's like they're gonna say it's a goza and it's salinity. There's something goza added to it, but it's not that level. It doesn't get to that level, and there's no fruit added, and it's just naturally kind of gets there. So I'm saying 4.8%. Somebody's gonna call it goza, but it's not actually goza. Let's see. Labruska, Kettlehead Brewing. It is their mixed fermentation farmhouse ale aged on Niagara grapes. So great.
Great.
That kind of makes sense.
Interesting.
And then we're talking about ABV 6.5,
Oh.
way higher than we thought it would be.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm okay with what everybody said. Like, because I honestly think, like, and that's the thing when it comes to beer. Like, we're not right. It's a 6.5% grape-based farmhouse ale. None of us said that. So I'm not trying to explain away us being correct. But there's also what's on the label and what you actually taste. And I think that, like, again, it can be a way to kind of explain away why you're wrong. But I don't think everybody's
You guys
that
kind of
far.
worked together though, because you said, like, I think you said something about like mixed fermentation, and they were adding.
When you're talking about
added fruit and
you're talking about something about a kettle sour. Like kettle sours typically is different than a regular sour, in that you're adding a kind of, you know, outside of a normal yeast variant to the grain to make it sour. That's almost like saying like mixed firm without saying it. And then fruit portion of the show, obviously these two thought there was fruit added more than I thought. I thought it was all coming from yeast. one point.
Grapes also.
You know, they were talking about apple. You know, you're talking about. Didn't you say something outside? Apple?
Tangerine. You know
Yeah.
what? And actually, and you know what? I confuse white grape juice with both
With
those
apple.
types of flavors
Yeah.
often.
White
Yeah,
grape with
yeah.
apple.
So
Yeah, do that all the
whatever
time.
Niagara grapes taste like it's probably in some kind of realm of what
you know,
they're
that's
both
funny
talking about.
because my husband Joe, who was laughing in the background earlier, went to school in Niagara, and they have a type of grape there that's very, from what I remember, sweet and maybe tart, if I remember correctly.
Which is what this
Like
is.
green
yeah.
apple, probably.
I think it's called like. They use it to make something. I think it's called ice wine. It's like very much like a green grape, but almost a little bit different. I
Yeah.
don't know. So, correct me if I'm wrong if you live in that area, and I'm sorry if I am.
But the one-
How dare
I know. How dare I? But that, now that you said that, that does remind me of that.
Yeah, and there's like the thing that I really pegged into and like kind of let go. Their taste, like there's something added to the water. Like it's salty. It's mineral-esque. Like it doesn't taste like just base water. Like almost like there's like you're drinking from a well that has a ton of like shit going on in it. That's how it tastes like to me. That's why I kind of went in that direction. But brass tacks, I think it's really tasty.
Yeah,
It's a really great beer.
I do.
I like
And-
it. Yeah.
No, I like. I'm gonna pull you here. It's like I wish it was 5%.
Well, of course. I mean, come on now. I wish it was negative 14%.
Yeah.
like you hang out all night. Listen, I'm telling you, this is it. This is Shark Tank level stuff. So you hang it all night. You get to the point where you're getting a little tipsy. You drink one of these, and you're back to normal. That's what I want. I want the one that's going to reverse you. Because honestly, in the grand scheme of things, I don't think any of us wants to get tipsy. We just like the experience of hanging out and having fun beers and all that kind of fun stuff. And then you get to the point where I'm like, a little tipsy, you go to bed. Don't want that. Let's find a negative beer, like the one that you drink that breaks those ABVs off. Anyway, so there we go. Little mystery beer in the box. I'm gonna say right now, probably one of my favorite mystery beers ever because I have to do it with friends. Linda, this guy.
My pleasure, sir.
This Steven is what do they call you? The resource.
The resource, yeah.
I guess.
I call him a much vulgar name, just King F of F Mountain. Yeah, it's been a pretty awesome Beertuberpalooza 2023 so far. So hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. Check out everybody. Steven doesn't have a channel. Amanda doesn't have a channel. Tanner has a channel. It's called East Coast Left Quandary Reviews.
Something like that.
Yeah, you can check that guy out somewhere. There's people over there, NerdSense over there, NEPA beer reviews over there. There's all kinds of people over there. Check everybody out. It's all about community having a good time. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. See you next time. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.